Wow. You're muted, bro. You're muted.
I was gonna say, is it just me or is there no sound?
You're muted. You're muted.
This is awesome, y'all. I had to wait until you told me. Okay, we're back at it, y'all. For those that don't know, I did miss out on Thursday night live stream. I was sick, so thanks for the prayers. The prayers have been answered. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm not totally back to normal, but I think we can still go ahead and have a good live stream. So if I have to turn the mic off for some reason, it might be because I'm blowing my nose, okay, or clearing my throat. So bear with me as we go through the live stream. But in the meantime, we got Skull, best moderator on YouTube here, and we got a good guest here tonight, Trisha, all the way from Texas.
Hi.
All the way from Houston,
Welcome.
Texas.
Yes.
Yeah,
I go
local.
by Trishscapes on Instagram, and that's the only platform I'm on. But I might have a website by the summer. Yeah.
Nice. All right. So I got a little brain foggy there.
Okay.
Okay. So Trish,
Mhm.
how long have you been in the hobby?
I started the hobby, I think February 2021, because, well, I guess this is like the backstory. In Texas, February 2021, we had that freeze, the big freeze, blew out people's pipes and stuff. It was really bad. And my dad, he breeds guppies, so we had some that we didn't move inside in time, and they were having some swim bladder problems, a little bit of dropsy. And I was a junior in high school, and I felt really bad for them. So I was trying to rehabilitate them, keep them in the tank, feed them different types of food, see if it helped. And since we had the tank inside, I wanted it to look nice. And so that's kind of how I looked into aquascaping, all the different materials. I found like the Green Machine on Instagram or YouTube, either one. And then he's like a classic, right? So I just started binge watching his videos, and I got really, really into the hobby from there. It was really fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, have you done any competitive aquascaping yet?
No, I'm a little too intimidated to do that. I scape on a hardcore budget, being that I am a college student at the moment. So I've seen and I love to watch what comes out every year from people, and it seems so cool, and I just don't feel like I'm ready. But I'd love to in the future, for sure.
Okay, y'all. You heard tonight. This young lady is really good at what she does, y'all. I've been watching her content. She does good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've seen the pictures. They're really good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, I shoot this on a Nikon D3300. It's super old. I got it back in 2014 or 2015, and it's been great, and I don't need to upgrade or do anything else. All the videos are just done on my phone, and it's really easy. I love it.
All right. We're about 5 minutes in. Let's go ahead and welcome everybody into the live stream. And for those that don't know, Facetime.link is a nice platform. Oops, I have to be.
Yep. You got to sign in.
I am signed in. Hold on. I have to refresh it. There we go. There we go. Participation list, y'all. On Facetime.link, it tells you who all is here according to Facetime.link. Shady Grady, Monster Fish Gal, Fathom Aquatics, Empire Dirt Aquatics, Linda Worth, Hog and Ho Design, Sunny G, Fifth Class Fish, MNC Aquatics, and MS Aquascaping. Now, there's more coming in, I know, but that's what it says on there. And for those that think about it, you can pray for two requests. First one is my co-host Mariah every Thursday night. pray that doctors can figure out what issue she has and that become better, be healed fast. So for your prayers. And think of Alex, Tyler Aquatics, that he can recover back to normal. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm having some pretty tough weather, so I'm just getting a little bit of spacing between the audio. So if I seem like I missed it, if you could just repeat it, I'll let you know. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Trish.
That's just vibes. Just don't pay
Yeah.
don't pay attention to him.
Okay.
Right. And if you all got questions for me, Skull, or Trish, put at vibes in front of it, and we'll try to answer it. But we kind of want to stay on topic. Let everyone get to know who Trish is really good. She's awesome, though. And I'm actually excited to hear from her as well.
Thank you.
Nice! Woo! Alex. Hey guys, your prayers have been working. I'm almost better. Awesome. That's good news. We need to keep praying. Okay. Let's go back to the. Hey, Trish, if you didn't realize, I do have a list of questions. So
Okay.
make it easy, because I'm getting old and I forget. So it's easier if I have a list of questions. And this varies from week to week, but it's kind of general. You already told me about this, but did you grow up with tanks in your home as a young child?
Could you say the beginning one more time?
Did you grow up with aquariums in the house, in the home?
Yes. Before I was born, my dad bred betas. He has been doing that a lot, and then he's also a big fisherman, so I get a lot of inspiration from him. So we always had something, but usually like pretty like standard fish, guppies, mollies, betas, things like that. And then we kind of stopped for a few years when I was in intermediate to high school, and then that's when I kind of got back into it, because I guess it's in my head, when I think of an aquarium, I think of like an aquascaped kind of aquarium.
Right.
Maybe it's just the affiliation I got now. But yeah, I've always, and then just being connected with like plants and water. He's always taking me outside. We go fishing a lot.
Nice. And so what do you normally fish for? Is it a certain species?
So my dad's favorite is largemouth bass. So we go to the pond. Yeah, right. But I guess when it's a family thing, we usually go saltwater. So we go around Galveston. Texas City Dike is great.
Mm-hmm.
They have really good sand trout, croakers, and we love those for eating. But in terms of what I haven't done yet that I want to, I really want to learn how to fly fish. It seems really cool, and the way they make the flies is really, really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a whole nother deep dive right there.
Yeah. That's something that I actually tried to get into back when I was a teenager. I wish I would have pursued it a lot harder than I did.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Red Laser. First Class Fish, Sweet Acres, Koi Farm, welcome in. If I missed you, I'm sorry. That's not my plan. Sunny G, welcome. Okay. So you mentioned a fish that you eat. Is there a fish that you really enjoy eating, but would you keep it in an aquarium?
Ooh. That's a hard one. I don't really associate hobby fish with eating fish. I mean, I think bluegills, I don't eat them that much, but they do look pretty if you have like maybe a 75-gallon. I've seen online that maybe like TikTok, some people keep smallmouth bass for fun. But I would just like imagine feeding them is kind of a pain, because you always got to buy like live feed for them and like pretty sizable stuff, I would imagine. So yeah, that's a tough one, but I guess I'd have to say bluegills.
And they're mean in an aquarium. They're mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned it, Trish, I do have bluegill out in my small pond,
I do you.
and they're all hand fed. I can feed each one with my hand.
Oh, really? That's
It's really
awesome.
cool. And if I tease them at all, they'll actually come out of the water and bite me.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You're just teasing them, and then pretty soon the grill's going to come out.
I didn't say that.
Just saying, you got a food channel, so
I know. Shady Grady has a question for you. Hey Trish, what is your favorite type of fish?
Ooh. I think it's Celestial Pearl Danios. I have a 14-gallon cube with them, and I've gotten them to the point where they've bred. So seeing them from the egg stage all the way to adults, I love their behavior, and then the pattern on them is just beautiful. So yeah, for sure, hands down, my favorite. If I had to pick a second though, probably a sparkling gourmet.
Ooh.
Yeah, those are really nice. They kind of have the temperament, like a toned down temperament of a beta, in my opinion, and then they're just really striking to me.
Right.
So how hard was breeding the CPDs?
I didn't do it on purpose, so
Ooh.
it just kind of happened. It hasn't happened since, I guess, because I'm not really home anymore to do really consistent water changes. But I got really lucky, I guess. I went from 6 to around maybe 11, and then there probably was more, but they end up eating the babies and stuff if they don't have a hiding spot. So
Yeah.
but yeah.
Cool. I was going to ask you, are they for sale? Because I've been trying to find someone local that breeds them.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people here local that are trying to find someone that figured it out.
Mm-hmm. I'll do more research and I'll get back to you on
Okay, yeah.
that.
Trish, that's a Vietnamese name. Yes, I have a friend in HCMC with the same last name too. But anyway, nice seeing you here. New Aqua Farm in the group.
Yeah, it is Vietnamese.
Do you keep aquatic animals now?
Yeah, so I guess in terms of like right now, I consider everything in this little apartment my right now. So I've got some red Neos, emerald, I think emerald tetras, I think is what they're called. I kind of got them on a whim, and they were pretty juvenile, so I didn't really. They just told me that they would probably get no bigger than this, and so I was like, let's take a chance on it. And then I have one autosynclus, baby catfish. I love those. They're so cute, and I love taking pictures of them. But besides that, no, not really. It's kind of hard to have a tank probably bigger than 10 gallons here, just because I don't have like an RO system, and then buying water is kind of a hassle consistently. So I only fill up my my water jugs like once every 2 weeks or so, and I've only got 3 gallons worth of water storage. So yeah, the only tank I have is a 5S UNS tank, so it's only 2.5 gallons. I have it sort of pond style, so maybe 2/3 of the tank is filled with water, and then the rest is immersed plants. I got some Dracaeras, like a few different varieties, and then immersed plants and moss. And I got a mister, which is what I love. I got one from Aquarium Design Group a few months back, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever because I never had like a fogger before. And I put it in the back corner so you don't see it, and I just love the way it makes it look so fancy.
So how often do you propagate the plants?
Oof. I mean, I guess I do maintenance every week or every 2 weeks, and then all my trimmings, if I know that it doesn't have the potential to propagate, I toss it. But if it's still good, why waste it? So I keep a bunch of prop boxes under my bed So I have like a lifted style bed, like how they do for dorms. So half of it is storage for like clothes, and then the rest I put some grow lights under, and I just have a bunch of boxes that I have different plants in. Some of the more exotic stuff that has like needs higher humidity, and then I just have a box for like aquarium plants that I grow down there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. So, have you thought about doing a farm tank, like having a tank with just for plants?
Yeah. So now that I'm in college, and then on top of like that, horticulture being my major, I've definitely learned a lot more about plants and I appreciate them a lot. So I think my favorite part of making an aquarium or an aquascape is the plants. So right now I have like a bioactive terrarium that I only have plants in, and I might stock it in the future, but for now, like I just love looking at them. And then seeing so many of those competition scapes. I mean, the livestock give it a lot of charm, but they also would look beautiful just planted on their own. So, most definitely.
Welcome in, Boots and Cats. Welcome in, Nathan Hovey. I'm trying to stay up the chat, y'all, for those that wondered. Okay. What's one thing in the hobby that you would change if you could?
Ooh. Maybe this is selfish, but the prices.
Okay.
I have had my eye on this UNS Paludarium. I forget the exact like code name for it, but it's been like a dream of mine to get one, and it's $899, and that will not be feasible for me for a while. So, I mean, I guess you don't necessarily have to change that because I still manage to be in the hobby while being on a budget and finding ways to be like crafty and nifty. So it's doable, but it's really interesting seeing the difference having access to good equipment can make, because there are some really great aquascapers out there that I think are probably limited by what they have available to them just based on price alone. And if they had the ability to get their hands on it, they would probably be as good as like those top guys too. So, yeah.
But you kind of hinted at it though, but that is one of my goals for the channel is a DIY on a budget. That is kind of my. So you're hitting all the right nails. That's awesome.
Thanks.
So, do you have any big plans or big goals for 2024?
2024. I guess. Well, this is not necessarily aquarium related, but I do.
Go ahead.
Plant research in college. So I'm a part of a lab that works with, or we study crepe myrtles, which are both of y'all familiar with crepe myrtle trees? Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. They're not a thing in the north because they don't really grow there. I didn't realize that until I went to Utah a few weeks ago. So our lab works with USDA, and they want us to look into the Natchez variety of crepe myrtle and see if we could genetically transform it from having white flowers to pink ones. And so we're doing that from using the gene in dragon fruit that codes for the pink pigment color, and using a bunch of science stuff, right? We're gonna try to be able to change that variety from having white to pink flowers. And the benefit of that would be more diversity for the market, and then also having the benefits of the original plant, pest resistance, drought tolerance, all of that, and having it with just another version. So that's been going well, and we're hoping to have a paper published by this summer for the first phase of our project. And having a publication as an undergraduate in college is kind of a big deal. So that's like my number one goal. But in terms of the hobby, I really miss having a bigger tank, because I do think having like a school of fish is just so charming to watch and very what's the term, like therapeutic. So I really want to have maybe a 20-gallon, another 20-gallon long, like how I started. um and I think I'd want to stock it with probably some sort of nanofish that I've never kept before, just because I love keeping new varieties of fish and I just think they're really cool. um There was one. I can't think of the name at the tip of my tongue right now, but let me see if I can.
Was it a cichlid?
Um,
Heck no, it's no cichlid.
Hey, I'm
Come
trying.
on. Come on.
let me see if I can find it online. I've seen it before. They're a little pricey, but I mean, I'm willing to drop some money on it just because they look so nice. What's the name? I'm sorry. Chili Resporas. I want like a nice school of Chili Resporas, and having like the contrast of like just a really strong deep green aquascape, all the planted choices, it would be chef's kiss. I would love it.
See, y'all, those in the chat, if you can, give her some support, give her some love. She has wisdom for us. She's new to the table. I'm excited to see what she has in the future.
Thank you.
Shady Grady mentioned about getting a tank. He said he just got a tank from a dentist's office that was given away. Just look around and be patient, Trish.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's a lot of tanks out there that are getting given away.
Yeah.
Just your patience. Actually, here, I'll be honest with you. A lot of tanks that you see behind me were free. That was given to me. So
That's cool.
There you go. Alex has the answer for you. It's cyprinids, not cichlid. You got it wrong. Cyprinids.
yeah, Alex. Yeah. I know. I wasn't. Wow. I wasn't going that far.
Actually, it's live bears, and then you can sell them later. That's the way to go.
That's true. That's very true.
This is awesome. Okay. Trying to think. Did I miss a question in the chat? I thought I did, but it jumped on me. I don't see it. Okay. And if you do have questions, ask away, y'all. But if you want me to catch it, make it a little easier on me, put at Vibes Aquatics, in front of it or behind it, if you don't mind. So, what is something that you would tell a beginner that's getting into the hobby?
Ooh. Don't stress too much about water parameters. I think some people are really, I guess, anal about like monitoring your GH and your KH. But if you're working with beginner fish or like beginner livestock, you're gonna be okay, I think. Just understand that you're just starting. So also don't just immediately jump into like the hardest thing you can keep. And you'll just get better exponentially. When I look back at the first tank I did, it looks really rough. I didn't really understand like how some plants have like their own. It seems like it would be common sense now, but I guess it just wasn't. Like I had stem plants in my foreground, and then I had things like all over the place, and it just looked really
weird.
Yeah, a little awkward. And then on top of that, I was so worried about water parameters, and like I didn't know how to like do a CO2 tank, and I still haven't really tried to. So I was like dosing Seachem, like the XL liquid CO2 stuff, and then I had some Val in there, and it totally melted my plants, and I completely panicked. But the node survived, so it came back eventually. It took a long time though. But yeah, I just remember as a beginner, I guess seeing when you watch videos of the pros, because they're so like high level, high skill, they're gonna be monitoring those things, and like they want to tell you as much information as possible. But as a beginner, sometimes you don't need all of the information, and it could just overwhelm you. So keep it simple.
And most people don't realize those guys that do those professional scapes, they're that way for what, a week? And then they take them apart.
That's true too.
So It's just for the look. If you can do it long term,
Mm-hmm.
you're real.
Mhm.
You're real.
Trish, follow your Instagram. Have you got a YouTube channel to follow too?
I do not. I kind of preferred Instagram as my social platform because I prefer faceless content. Just because I want the focus to be on the scapes rather than like anything appearance wise. But I have considered it. Maybe in the future if I have stuff to talk about, I guess.
Well, here's some encouragement. You got a lot to talk about.
Thank you.
No, you're good. You're good. I understand. Yeah.
Mm.
Um, another question. Hi again. I had another question. Do you have any inspiration when making your escapes?
I guess it depends. I definitely look online to get some ideas from people. And there's more adventurous uh, ideas I've had when it's come to tanks, but I just have been a little bit hesitant to really go for it. But I would say, like, going out into nature, hiking, going to parks, traveling even, has all given me great inspiration. I got a wonderful opportunity when I graduated high school to kind of go on a trip to Europe. And so I was in Spain for like 3 days. And when I was in Barcelona, we went to this park that was designed by this architect, Gaudi. And he had like all these mosaics everywhere. There was like his big motif, like these really intricate, beautiful mosaics. And there was one that was like a fountain. And it's been there for a really long time. So it's like taken over with moss and ferns. And I was like, that would be a really sick scape idea. And so I was just taking pictures everywhere I went and trying to see the possibilities out of like anything. And that kind of reminds me of this Instagrammer Rhinoscapes. Like
Yeah.
he'll go out into nature and then he like superimposes the tank outline and on the pictures he takes. I think that's so cool. So I definitely try to do that mentally when I go like anywhere, really.
Yeah. Actually, I agree with you. He is awesome at doing that.
Yeah.
Actually, I had him up here as a guest last
been a
fall.
while.
It was last fall.
It's been a while.
Mm,
And he's awesome.
yeah.
I would say he's one of my close friends. He's awesome.
That's really cool.
So that's cool that you brought his name up. That's awesome. I wasn't expecting that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Boots. I'll give my main tank look so bad. It was my first time trying. Hey, Boots. That means you can always build better.
Yeah.
Always do it again.
Yeah. And the main thing, if you're happy with it, don't worry about what other people say about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Instagram link. Yep. Did moderators put it in the chat?
Yeah. Alex has been dropping it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Alex. And yeah. Sorry. I was making sure I'm not mixing any comments or questions. Okay. You mentioned about a beginner fish. What would you say is a good fish for a beginner to start with? And why?
This is gonna sound really basic, but I think mollies or guppies. Their finnage is really beautiful. They've got a lot of variety. I think when you're a beginner, I think one of the coolest things with having life bearers is seeing them give birth. It's kind of magical. And if you're lucky, you'll get more fish. And then if you're also lucky, they'll eat them. So then you don't have to worry about getting another tank. So I think they're just a great beginner fish. And then they're kind of hardy, in my opinion, when it comes to having different water and things like that. And then if you're not used to having live plants in your tank, I mean, they'll be okay with plastic, but I mean, everyone would prefer live plants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, since you mentioned the fish, what would you say is a good beginner plant? Something that will thrive in any water, basically.
Ooh, I feel this way because I had the most success with this plant as a beginner, and that was pearlweed. I forget the scientific name, but I didn't really realize what it was when I bought it, And it's really versatile because you can grow it as a stem plant, like background, foreground, and middle ground based on how much you trim it. So when I got it in tissue culture, and the leaves looked a little bit different from in its immersed versus like in water form. But I tried to do a carpet for the first time, and for the first few weeks, it looked a little rough, but it grows really fast. And if you just trim it, it's so easy to propagate. So I would trim the carpet down, I would get all those little trimmings, shove them back into the substrate, and then it would just get better and better every time. And it was beautiful. Like, I think when I first started my account, my main like time lapse videos I did was just me trimming the pearl weed carpet, and it was just it looks really nice, and I think it's a lot easier than like the Monte Carlo or the Cuba one. Yeah.
Awesome. Welcome in, Benjamin Peters, if you're still here. There's some comments in the chat that.
You got Dixon Designs here too.
Hey, welcome in, Dixon Designs. Highland Hill. There are many successful YouTube channels that don't show their face.
That's also very true. I
That's
guess part of it when you're a faceless channel is that you have to be creative with your camera angles and like always having like good editing and cuts to keep it interesting and having like a good flow and narrative to your video. So I guess the things that have kept me hesitant from moving forward with more longer form video content, I don't have a tripod. So when I film the stuff for Instagram, I literally use my lamp that's in the kitchen. I take my phone, or I prop things up and then I prop my phone up on them. And the tripods aren't expensive, just for some reason. I just have been really lazy about getting one. So I haven't gotten a tripod. And then I feel like when I listen back to any of the voiceover takes I do, I hate it. So
I'll be honest with you, most of us on YouTube or Instagram that do content don't enjoy our own voice.
Yeah.
But it's something that we all have to get over, you know.
I never listen to anything back.
Yeah, that's what I try to do.
That's good advice. Aquascaping says, Trish, my channel is faceless content as well.
I'll definitely be sure to watch your channel.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, I'll get some good inspiration.
Yeah, welcome in, Dylan. If I didn't say it earlier, I'm sorry.
AV Scapes, welcome.
Hey, welcome, AV Escapes. Welcome. How you doing? And Boots says, mollies are what really got me into fish. They are so fun and hardy.
Yeah. I also heard, I haven't done this personally, but people can keep mollies in saltwater tanks.
You can.
That's really cool. I didn't realize that was possible.
Yeah, not all of them. But.
Yeah. I think in the future, maybe next 4 years, I would definitely have making a macroalgae tank on my to-do list. I've seen, I think it was CJ Scapes, this Canadian scaper. He had like a pair of clownfish in a macroalgae tank, and it was beautiful the way he set it up. That really got me into saltwater because I wasn't ever too into the like coral keeping or the stuff with like the very blue light sort of look. So yeah.
The guy to watch is called Bahama Llama.
Oh.
You gonna check him out right now.
I just gotta make sure I type all this up so I don't forget about it later.
Scott, do you know, is he gonna be at Aquashella this year?
Probably. He goes to most of the big events.
Yeah, he does.
He has like a 6-gallon tank that is just like red, green, purple, and it's full of saltwater shrimp.
Yeah,
it's
all macroalgae.
He's probably still over there, right? In Australia right now, probably, or is he back already?
I don't know where he is.
Him and what's her name? Evie, Sean's wife. Actually, Sean's over there too. Whatever. In Australia,
Yeah.
at the expo or whatever they have over there, convention. They were over there for that. Yeah. Boots had good advice, Trish. Even professional singers don't like their own voice. There you go.
Okay.
And don't make excuses for yourself. You can make content on any format using the same method that you're comfortable with.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that is encouragement. Yeah.
Yeah. Jake was even singing yesterday.
What?
Yeah. It's on his own. It's on a different channel, but you got to go watch it. I'm still trying to figure out what comment I'm going to put on there.
Right? Thanks for knowing me. Same here. I tried to watch a video of my own and made it about 15 seconds. I couldn't take it anymore. Okay. Since we're talking about watching our own content, I'll be honest with you. I do a lot of replays of my own content. I know it took me months, even years, to get over my own voice. Even to this day, I don't enjoy it, but it does help me to try to get better at what I do. Try to get more relaxed. It takes time, but yeah. What's going on? Is AV States. Hey, Carl, welcome in. How you doing?
So,
By the way, Carl, your package should be headed your way.
Man, I got mine. See.
No way. And how did someone get hold of one of those? That looks cool.
That looks
Oh, you gotta win one or become a member or something.
That's cool. I need one of those.
Yeah, I saw you gave one to that Alex guy. I don't know why you did that. But...
I mean, hey, since you mentioned it, Scott, you already know what I did. He's the guy behind it.
I'm just harassing Alex.
Yeah, if you have a buddy that good, he's an artist, that's something like that for you. I mean, you gotta return the favor, you know. Okay.
All right, Carl, I'll take that Diet Coke out of here. I haven't had one of those for like 20 years.
Okay, back to my list of questions.
Cool. I'm ready.
Are there any conventions that you plan to attend this coming year?
Ooh. I know for sure I want to go to the Reptile Nation one that's happening in Houston. I've never been before, even though I'm from Houston. I guess because I didn't really get into the reptile herp side of the hobby until like a few months ago, like maybe only 2-3 months ago. I got a good friend at university who keeps like different types of lizards and frogs, and he's been like he went like the past 2 years, and he said it was like really, really good. So I definitely want to. Aquashala, is that in September?
No, it's May. In Dallas. No, it's coming up.
Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. I get confused because like I will see like I guess aquascaping influencers like post about going, but I never really thought that I would find the time / money to be able to go.
Right.
But it'd be really cool too. It seems like that is the biggest one, like the hot topic for people in this hobby to go and meet each other and talk. And I can't imagine how much stuff I would buy if I got the chance to go.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody in the chat, if you think about it, try to encourage Trish that she needs to show up at Aquashala Dallas. Because I think everybody's going to love to meet her. She's awesome, y'all. Welcome in, Stephen White. How you doing? Hey, Stephen, Trish is here local, or sort of local. She's from Texas. She's awesome. Steve. By the way, Stephen White's from Spain. So he's kind of local.
Yeah.
not really. Aquashella is 4 weeks away from today.
Ooh,
Yeah, it is.
that's close. How much are the tickets? I mean, I guess since y'all are content creators, do you get like a discount or how does that work?
We can talk about it backstage.
Oh, okay. No worries, no worries.
No, you're good. We're good. So the way it sounds, that Trish might be coming, y'all.
Maybe, hard maybe, if I can get out of work for the summer.
Oh yeah, no problem. Definitely.
Yeah,
Okay, Shady Grady has a question for you.
sure.
Trisha, is this what you do as an occupation? Maybe part time?
In a perfect world, I would love to. But currently, I'm a full-time university student at Texas A&M College Station campus. So this is definitely on the back burner, especially now that I started college. I used to be able to post like every 2 to 3 days, like really consistently, and that was great. But I think now I post probably once a month. um,
Well,
So-
you're still ahead of me, so
yeah. So it's a hobby. It's a hobby I love and it keeps me grounded. It's definitely what makes me relaxed in the hustle and bustle of everything I got going on.
Mhm.
So sometimes I get scared that if I turn this hobby into a profession, maybe it wouldn't be as fun anymore. But I guess I'd have to find out to see.
Yeah. It's kind of the same way for me too. People have asked me, why don't you start a fish store? Why don't you start selling fish regularly? But that'd be a job, and I'm afraid, like you said, I'm afraid that I might not enjoy as much, and I don't want that to happen, ever.
Yeah.
Because I got into the hobby because of enjoyment of it, not
Yeah, I get you.
Carr did answer the price of the Aquashella tickets. $85 online, $99 at the door for 2 days. That's the
Oh,
VIP
not bad
pass.
at all.
if you do it in advance and you buy the VIP, you get in early, and
Yeah.
you get the shirt and you get all that other stuff.
Right. And you get to meet and greet the YouTubers.
That's really cool.
Yeah. MB Reef, welcome. Okay. Yeah, Hogan. If you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
That's very true.
Yeah.
But does it pay the bills?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So, since you've been in the hobby now for a couple of years,
Hmm.
is there anyone in the hobby that you keep looking up to? It's kind of like your idea of an aquascape or an idea of whatever.
I guess in terms of the scapes themselves, probably I forget his name. He goes by Shrimpery on Instagram. He's based in Philadelphia, I believe, but he was one of the first aquascaping accounts I found, and I love the way he like the plants he chose, the colors, the style of his tanks. I really enjoyed. But then in terms of like someone I look up to as a person, probably Mr. Mike Sensuke from Aquarium Design Group. I shot him a direct message just asking a question about how they assembled the tank because I saw their Instagram page a few years back, and he was so nice. He invited me to the store. I got to ask questions. I was still in high school at the time, so I was like super star-eyed that these kind of people would make time to talk to me, and so I just really think his willingness to engage with you and kind of show you the ropes, sort of, and then he's never too busy to talk to you, which I always really appreciate. He's just a really kind person. Every time I've gone to the store, they've always just been the most welcoming people. Him as well as all his staff and his brother Jeff as well. They're a great place, and they definitely aided me in getting more into the hobby. Because if I didn't go there, I probably might have grown out of it. I think.
Yeah, it's kind of addicting. For those that haven't been there yet, if you're in Houston, you gotta go to ADHD. Actually, you know what? Nope, wrong hat. Sorry,
Not today.
not today. But it's right behind the camera on the fan. It's spinning back and forth. Anyways, yeah, Mike is an amazing person.
Mm.
I wouldn't call that place a fish store. I would call it a fish gallery.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's phenomenal. And for those that don't know, here's a side note. I've done a lot of videos in that place. So there's a lot of shorts, a lot of videos I put out on this channel. If you haven't noticed, I tried to acknowledge where it comes from. I put it in the topic, or in information below the video, or hashtag ADG. You know, I try to acknowledge it because y'all need to check it out. Okay. Hey, Merrick, welcome. Hey, good night, Jake and Katie. Hagenhell Design. Sweet dreams.
Oh, another one before I forget.
Go
To add on to the question earlier. Also, Rye the Scape guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was also one of my, I guess, inspirations for just like the style of tanks that I kind of like lean towards.
Mm-hmm.
He does really beautiful like pond style, nature style tanks, and they're really, really. I love the way they make me feel when I look at them. So.
Good question, Merrick. Sorry, I'll be late to the party, but what kind of fish do y'all think are best for freshwater escapes? I've been looking into rice fish.
Does anyone
beginner wise
first? Oh, beginner wise. I guess it depends on the dimensions of your tank, because I feel like Japanese rice fish, their swimming behavior, they kind of tend to hover more towards the surface. So if you have something that's a little bit on the taller side, you're not really. I mean, you're going to enjoy your fish regardless, but you're going to see them mainly hang out towards the top. And when you have a tall tank, I think that really can show off like fish with schooling behavior well. So I guess if your tank's on the longer, shallow side, I think rice fish are great for that. I think they're beautiful. They're not too hard to take care of. And I heard that they're kind of easy to breed if you mess around with it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have something that's more square or just a bit taller rather than shallow, I think most fish, like I think neon tetras are always a solid start. And then their schooling behavior is really, really pretty to watch. The blue is always a nice flash of color to your tank as well.
Awesome. And
What
by
about
the way, you can watch the replay of this video, this live stream. And she did mention some other great information about that early on. So, yeah. So, Skull, what time is it?
The time for a vibe check?
Okay, it is.
It
For
is.
those who don't know about it, and Trish doesn't know about this, really. But those in the chat do know about it. So this is going to be fun. It's going to make a little bit of a change of the live stream, but it's going to be fun. Oops, what happened? Uh-oh. Okay, we got to change the background a little bit, y'all. We got to get into the mood. For those who have been here before, we already know what's happening, but here you go. We're going to go with a pink background. Since pink lavender is kind of Vibe's favorite color, got to go with we got to get in the mood. Okay, for those that don't know, this is the vibe check. It's fun, easy, and hey, you're more than welcome to ask away in the chat as well.
What's up? What's up, Michael?
Hey, Michael, welcome. You can ask away. It's gonna be simple questions, favorites, etc. This doesn't have to pertain to the hobby at all, y'all. This is just we want to get to know who Trish really is, So, and Trish did tell us backstage if she'll know the answer, she'll let us know. So,
yes.
So this is gonna be fun, y'all. Okay.
All right.
Favorite ice cream?
Coffee.
Whoa! I've heard that on this live stream.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. My favorite's probably the, I can never say this one right. Like Haagen-Dazs. It's a little on the pricey end, but the coffee flavor is chef's kiss. I don't really drink coffee, but I love the way coffee tastes, so it's really good.
I have a quick side note. I wasn't planning to do this, but since you mentioned it, Haagen Hill design.
Yeah,
It reminds me.
that's her last name is Hagen.
Yeah. That's cool. I like it. Okay. Cake or pie?
Cake. Easy.
Chocolate cake or vanilla cake?
Chocolate.
No, the right answer is peach cobbler. That's the right answer.
Hey.
Really?
Chocolate. Okay.
Oh, I screwed you up, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
No, it's okay. I don't think I've ever had a pie that I've enjoyed.
Ooh.
That might be controversial, especially being in the South. But
Yeah.
I just think the ratio of the fruit to crust is just too much fruit. So I'm not crazy about pie.
Mhm.
But I've had a good peach cobbler a few times.
There you go. See,
It's good.
cobbler with ice cream. There
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah. Okay. Coffee, hot or cold?
Cold.
Just iced coffee, or would you go with latte or some other form?
I'm kind of boring when it comes to coffee. I have like the traditional Vietnamese coffee on ice.
Uh-huh.
So it's like just black coffee and then you add evaporated milk. And then it's just a classic. But I don't have it too often.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. You mentioned cobbler, both of you.
Hmm.
Peach cobbler or blueberry cobbler?
Peach.
Peach.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
See?
Sweet
I
tea.
don't like. Ooh, I don't drink tea.
Hmm.
Sorry. I don't know if that gives
All
bad vibes.
Y'all have a good night. No, that's good. That's usually one of the questions that pop up. Okay. Merrick has a question.
Sure.
Italian or Mexican food?
Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
Pizza or pasta?
Pasta.
Mac and cheese or spaghetti?
Neither. Alfredo.
Alfredo. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. No tea? I'm gone. Vietnamese coffee. Thumbs up.
That's right.
Tacos or burgers?
Tacos.
How about a burger taco?
Say that one more time.
How about a burger taco?
Yeah, taco
I
burger.
would be open to trying it. I've seen people do like a pho burrito. Like they put all the things for pho soup and a burrito. And that's an interesting choice.
Did you just say pho soup?
Yeah.
Wow. That's one that I have not heard on this live stream yet. This channel yet. That's one of my favorite soups, by the way. Which people around here, my friends around here, think I'm crazy. I like it.
Well, that's because you are crazy. So
All right. Okay. Pizza or tacos?
Tacos.
How about a taco pizza?
Is it gonna be a taco with pizza ingredients, or is it gonna be a pizza with taco ingredients?
a pizza with hamburger, lettuce, tomato, cheese.
Yeah. I mean, I like pizza in moderation. I guess it's a big college food here, so like whenever there's some sort of function, people will have it. So you get kind of tired of it. I think tacos have a little bit more variety, and they can be a little bit healthier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Pineapple doesn't belong at all. I don't like pineapple.
Let's go. Take over. I'm getting out.
See, it doesn't belong anywhere. We agree.
Yeah, it's
It
kind of
belongs in the tree. That's where it belongs.
Ooh.
Hanging.
yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
All right. So since you mentioned pizza, what's a favorite place to get pizza from?
Mm, if I guess the best that I've had in the past year would probably be Marco's or Pizza Hut.
Uh-huh.
I think the worst is probably Domino's or like CC's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Hey, welcome in, Melvin. Stephen White, meat or vegetables?
My answer will be meat, but it probably should be vegetables. If my mom's watching this, she'll be very disappointed. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I heard
Mine,
that.
mine would be meat. I'm the meat lover guy. when you
Yeah.
call it. Yeah.
Have y'all ever seen those people that do the carnivore diets?
Uh-huh.
Would you guys ever try that? I can imagine.
No.
No. I don't think so.
Merritt says tenderloin or ribeye.
I think tenderloin. If I remember those cuts correctly.
He's got to be more specific. Are we cooking it? Are we on the grill?
Ooh. Smoking it.
We're smoking it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm not too knowledgeable when it comes to beef. I actually don't eat too much beef.
Mm-hmm.
So, not out of like avoiding it on purpose. I just prefer other meats. So, if y'all start throwing all sorts of different names of cuts, I have no idea.
Okay, fair enough.
First Class Fish has the best question.
Sure.
How do you feel about cottage cheese?
Never had it.
My guest never had cottage cheese.
If I have had it, I don't think I would have known. I don't think I've ever gone out of my way to have cottage cheese. So
Go out of your way. The cottage cheese just somehow ends up in my fridge.
Mhm. What is it? What it makes it special from any other cheese?
It's.
I can't wait to see you explain this.
Carl says, "All right, man, shut it down. She's not human." Okay, it's curdled milk, I guess. Well,
It's chunky.
That sounds so appetizing.
it does, yeah.
No.
Not, but no. I probably got over that because I grew up with it. We had it on. It was like for us, it was a treat growing up. It was kind of considered a luxury, so
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy P. Jimmy P.
Jimmy. Anyways, moving on. That was a sidetrack, y'all. Steak or lobster?
Lobster.
Lobster or shrimp?
That's hard. Like in general, like if I were eating them both boiled or just generally?
You should have steak and lobster at the same time.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Let's go with them both boiled.
Okay, then probably lobster. Yeah.
What if the shrimp is Cajun boiled, like the crab boil?
Then probably shrimp.
Okay, why don't you ask that question? She's in Houston, y'all.
I'm from New Orleans.
You're Cajun, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, woo! Hey, you know what? Hey, I wasn't trying to do this, but since that came up, I gotta grab it. I'll be right back.
Okay.
This is good.
Oh, who knows where he's going now?
And what's he gonna bring back?
It's gonna be good.
I'll say you're quick this time. One time I almost sold your house while you were gone.
Yeah.
Ooh. Don't quiz me too hard. My family and I moved from New Orleans in 2012, so it's been a while. Ooh, I've seen that brand before.
My opinion, this is the best hot sauce on the market of today.
Yeah. Is it spicy, or is it more about the flavor?
It's more the flavor. It's
Yeah.
a Cajun flavor.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I put it on my everything. The only place I find it yet is from Amazon. So I have to order from them. But yeah, it reminds me of eating crab boil. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the chat. Nope, I don't see no questions. Okay.
Okay.
Breakfast for dinner or dinner for dinner?
Dinner for dinner.
Okay. Favorite dinner?
I like to do like a pan-seared chicken with white rice and then steamed spinach topped with soy sauce as like my garnish. Yeah, it's like a really easy college meal for me, and then it has meat, veggies, rice, so it's all good.
Yep.
Hey, I think it sounds that she needs to start a cooking channel. It would be legit. I can see this coming up.
Okay.
Stephen White asked, candy or cookies?
Candy.
Candy.
Yeah.
Chocolate candy or the hard candy?
That's hard. It kind of depends on my mood, but I guess in general, probably chocolate candy.
Yeah, like some Reese's or some Snickers.
I'm more of a Crunch Bar or a Kit Kat kind of person.
Kit Kat. There you
Yeah.
go. Those are good.
Yeah.
Milk chocolate or dark chocolate?
Dark chocolate.
100% dark or the
70. I think 70
Wow.
to 90. Yeah, I can't imagine 100%. That would just be really bitter.
It's strong. It's very strong. Yeah, I agree.
Bars. Okay.
Bars are good. It's been a while since I had one.
Waffles, pancakes, or French toast?
Ooh. Waffles. Yeah.
Do you add ice cream to it on top of them?
I kind of like it savory, like chicken and waffles.
Ooh, she's 100% Southern, y'all. 100%. Maple. Go ahead.
Oh, say that again?
Maple syrup, or just the regular syrup from the store?
I use honey.
Ooh, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it tastes better because I feel like some maple syrups they're like really runny. And I'm not really a fan of that. So I like raw honey.
And honey is so good for you compared to the other ones.
That's very true.
Didn't you go with the local honey or the cheapest honey from the store?
Local.
Yes.
Yeah. Texas A&M has like a student org and they make their own honey on campus, and I think that's really cool. And then back home, there's also this little farmer's market that kind of pops up sometimes that I'll go to, and they have some there because the bottle will last you a while usually, so it's not too hard of a buy.
Favorite brand of potato chip?
Ooh. I mean, probably Ruffles.
Okay.
Yeah, like the sour cream and onion Ruffles.
Yep.
There you go. There you go.
But Lay's are good too because I like how flaky they can get.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, has anyone asked you about HEB?
What about HEB?
Can you explain to everybody else that's watching what is HEB?
It is the supermarket in Texas. I mean, I don't think it's like, I guess there's a novelty to it because it's HEB, but I mean, in other states, everyone's got their own big supermarket, so it's kind of like any other place. I mean, it's just when you say you're gonna go get groceries, you're just gonna say I go to HEB or I'm gonna go to Kroger, Winn-Dixie, you know? Yeah.
So do you have Winn-Dixie over there by y'all?
No, the last time I saw Winn-Dixie was when I was in Louisiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't quite sure where that crossed over, you know.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanksgiving or Christmas?
I'd say Thanksgiving. It brings the family together.
Or the 4th of July, so we can barbecue.
True too. Yeah.
You know you want to barbecue vibes.
I know.
You do.
Stuffing or dressing?
I think dressing.
Both.
Sure. I'm kind of iffy on both. Because, I mean, since I'm Vietnamese, we don't really do the turkey deal. Usually we either go out to eat or we do like Vietnamese party food. So like roasted duck,
Ooh.
like crispy pork belly, stuff like that, like Vietnamese party food,
Yeah.
egg rolls, the whole deal. So I've never really had like a traditional American Thanksgiving, but for college we have like a Friendsgiving sort of thing, and that's when I got to try some of that stuff, like the cranberry and like everything. It was cool. I guess I hear that it's hard to get turkey right. Some people like it's either too dry or it's like just kind of like and that's how I kind of feel about it.
Right.
That's why we do ham.
Yeah, I want to try that. That sounds good.
It's kind of weird, but I prefer ham over turkey.
I do too.
Yeah.
So why can't we vote and change it? Let's give it to ham.
I don't know. Ham and mashed potatoes and gravy, and I'm good.
that does sound good.
Some biscuits.
Does it need to have a side of cranberry sauce?
No.
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 Oh. Sorry. Summer or winter?
Recently I've been really all about summer. Like with the weather warming up, it's felt really nice. And I guess now that I work so much with plants, seeing all the stuff I work with be happy is nice too. Because in the winter, especially since it's been getting a lot colder in Texas for longer periods of time, it kind of drains me now.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Math or science?
Ironically, probably math. I'm doing a science degree right now, but science is my least favorite subject in school. Yeah.
Okay. Boots or shoes?
Boots.
Like cowboy boots?
I've never owned a pair of cowboy boots, but that'd be nice. I'm just thinking like utility boots. I wear them pretty much all day, whether it be for work, when I go to the field to do like plant work. It's just useful, and then they can look good too.
Okay. Jeans or skirts?
I'm kind of like a girly girl at heart. I like skirts.
Okay, nice. Bill caps or cowboy hats?
Objectively, cowboy hats, but I wear bill caps more because I feel like you stand out in a crowd when you wear a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
So if it's just day to day, probably a bill cap because it's a little bit more standard.
Stand out in a crowd. So you don't see that very often in Houston. Over here, I see all the time cowboy hats.
Yeah, I guess when I go to class, I don't want to be wearing a cowboy.
Oh, right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah. Trucks or cars?
Truck.
Trucks, of course.
She's a Texan, y'all.
Why are cars even made? Come on.
Hey, how about sports cars or trucks?
I think I still like a truck. I feel like I'm not the best driver in the world, so I would prefer to be in a truck for the safety of myself.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Beachfront or mountaintop?
Mountaintop. Yeah.
Mount Everest or Grand Canyon?
Ooh. those are two totally different things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I guess the Grand Canyon, just to see what it's like. I've seen some mountains before.
What's one question I was going to ask you?
Mm.
If you could go collecting in the wild, where would it be, and why?
Ooh, like anywhere?
Yeah, anywhere. This is an open book.
I think Indonesia.
Okay.
They've got some crazy plants and wildlife out there. Either that or Hawaii. Though I would feel really bad about it because most of the species are probably endangered. So it's like a moral thing. I'd probably just want to go to check it out and see, because Indonesia has so many different species of begonias, and that's kind of like my favorite type of non-aquatic plant.
Right.
And they just have so many different varieties, and they're so beautiful. So I would love that very much.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, recommend might be. So if you wasn't in the hobby of aquariums, what hobby would you be in?
As of right now, probably herp. So keeping frogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm slowly starting to fall down that rabbit hole, and I'm trying to stop myself because it's kind of pricey. But I really, really want to. I set up a bioactive terrarium for my mom, and I realized after the fact I set it up that it would be perfect for a dart frog, and so I have to stop myself from getting one for it because I don't think they would have the time to take care of it while I'm away.
Right.
Yeah.
Leaf plants or flowering plants?
Leaf.
All right. Back to the top. A dress-up dinner or casual dinner?
Ooh. I mean, I like both, but I guess if I had to pick, probably casual. Yeah.
Since she's casual, I'm gonna go to the fast foods. McDonald's or Whataburger?
Whataburger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their shake
awesome.
is amazing.
I got a fellow Texan that loves like the same place I like. This is awesome.
I mean, McDonald's is safe and it's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Whataburger, you're definitely probably gonna drop around $20 when you go, or more. But the sandwiches are so good, and I love their milkshakes. Very, very nice way to end a meal.
So, what's your favorite meal to order from Whataburger?
It's been a long time since I went actually, but I think I had I usually get like a grilled chicken sandwich, and they have like the sauce on it that's like amazing, and then I get a strawberry shake. With fries. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Someone has a question for you.
Yeah.
In-N-Out burger or Whataburger?
Ooh, probably still Whataburger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I had to ask it.
I think I've only been to In-N-Out once or twice, and the fact that I don't really remember the experience can tell you how I feel about it.
Which national park would you like to visit? Yosemite or Yellowstone?
Ooh, I think Yosemite. Yeah.
Okay.
Just because I saw like this car review about that new Tesla truck, and then part of the video was them going to Yosemite, and it looked gorgeous. It was really beautiful. I feel like if I got to go to that forest, I would see so many different types of mosses and ferns. I would be in such a happy place.
Okay. Going to a theater or watching a movie at home?
I'm a homebody, and then you don't have to spend so much money. So I think at home. Yeah, just make your home a theater, you know?
I like it. I like it. And would that be a classical movie, or would it be a new show that just come out?
Ooh. Well, I guess that's another depends, because I actually don't really watch TV much. Usually if I'm watching something, it's on YouTube. I like to watch like commentary stuff, but if I'm back home with like my parents, we usually watch like some sort of like drama show, so like a K-drama or something. So probably a show, but each episode of those things is at least an hour, so it feels like you're watching a bunch of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Favorite gas station?
Gas station?
Yeah.
Mm,
Come on, y'all. Help her out.
no, wait. Because
Text
the
me,
one
y'all.
that I am just thinking, maybe just because there's a lot in the area I went to high school, so I remember pouring gas there, is like the Valero. But I think,
That's a common one.
yeah, but I feel like the best, I wouldn't know where I would say I get the best gas from. My favorite place right now to pour gas from is Kroger, because I have a Kroger Plus card. Yeah.
Yeah, Max did mention it.
Buc-ee's. Oh my gosh.
You forgot.
If you want to talk about Texas, like Texas is, oh my god, Buc-ee's is the embodiment of it. Yeah.
Hey, so no, Buc-ee's, is Buc-ee's overrated?
I would say yeah, and I'm probably gonna get crucified for that being a Texan, but I mean, it's kind of interesting how they have such a strong brand presence being a gas station. Like when you go, some of the biggest one I've been to is like right before you go to Galveston. It's huge and it feels like there's a mall built into it, you know? Like they have merch, furniture, like house decor, like you name it, in a gas station. It's crazy.
Yeah, the one here local has, is it 125 gas pumps now, I think?
That's,
yeah.
That's a lot.
And the mall, it's usually full. The gas pumps are all filled up. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You gotta wait in line. It's like, come on. Guppies or rice fish?
Rice fish.
Go ahead, Skull. What?
No, I was just going to say there's one north of Denver that's probably bigger than all of them.
Really?
And it's not a Buc-ee's.
Oh.
What is it?
I can't remember.
Oh.
It's a Mittens or something like that. Mitten. Something like that. It's one of those. But it has like an emergency care center and stuff.
Oh my gosh. That's really interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's like that's a city sitting out there all by itself.
Mm-hmm. So favorite city in Texas?
If I'm being honest with y'all, I haven't really traveled around Texas too much. So, I mean, I love Houston. Houston's great. You know, you could drive an hour and still be in Houston. There's just so many things. So, yeah, I'm very proud.
One day without your phone or swim with a shark?
I could go a day without my phone.
Nice.
I would just have to communicate with email for all my work stuff because that probably would be the biggest problem. But I do think it's healthy to take a break from the phone.
I turn my phone off regularly.
Yeah.
I'm here.
I just turn it off and walk away from it. I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
If you could star in a movie, what movie would it be, and what part would you play?
It would probably. I really like watching like psychological thrillers or like movies that have like a lot of tension and like build up. But I don't feel like I'm the type of person that would enjoy being like a main character. That's just a lot of screen time, a lot of attention. Right. So probably like some sort of supporting cast. Yeah.
And would you do your own stunts?
If I physically could, yeah, I'd love to.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Scott, do you have any questions for her about the vibe check?
I can't think of any right now.
Yeah.
Okay. A glass or acrylic?
Glass.
Glass.
Yeah, glass all the way. Acrylic scratches really easily.
20 long or 20 high.
20 long.
Glass lids or DIY lid?
Ooh. Probably DIY. It's kind of more practical because usually if you're gonna do a glass lid, you're gonna do it on a rimless tank, so it's kind of redundant sometimes. Yeah.
Fair enough. Home Depot light or a high expensive aquarium light?
Oh, okay. I've never gotten aquarium lights from Home Depot, but since I was all about doing aquascaping on a budget, my budget brand of aquarium lights was Night Crew on Amazon. They had really good light intensity. I guess it's not like high end where you can connect it to Bluetooth and stuff, but if you get one of those Christmas timers, it'll do the job, you know?
Yep.
But the fancy light I have behind me is a Chihiro's C2. That was my first time ever dropping that much on anything. I would say it's worth it now that I've had it for so long and it doesn't get too hot, and then it's on my phone. So, I mean, you don't need it to be, but I guess there's like benefits of like adjusting the intensity like so fine-tunedly and having it automated there in case anything changes. But I think you could definitely get by without all the expensive fancy stuff.
Valid Aquatics. College student with.
Yeah.
So, do you prefer? You probably didn't answer that, but do you prefer a light that's old school, that's analog, or one that you control with your phone?
I guess it depends on the. Probably analog. It's easier, and then sometimes if I don't have my Bluetooth on, it can be kind of a headache. To be honest, like if it's not connecting, and then why should that stop me from being able to use the device I paid for?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying all along. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. One more question.
Okay.
If money wasn't a thing, what size tank would you have? What would be the filtration, the lights, the stocking, the plants, etc.? How would this be your dream tank?
Ooh.
And remember, money is
not a thing.
Right.
Well, I don't think I'd go like that big of a tank just because money doesn't change the amount of maintenance I gotta do. So, I probably wouldn't do anything bigger than a 40, but I would probably, if I got the chance and I didn't have to worry about budget, I'd go 88 everything. They're top notch. And then I've never used the canister filter before. And I love the way, like with the lily pipes, how sleek it is. It would be really nice. In terms of the substrate, I mean, between like UNS Contrasoil or like any like ADA's Aquasoil, I wouldn't be able to know, at least right now, like the minute differences between them and like what's better. So I would probably I would still try to get the most for my money. But whatever the plants are happiest with is what I'd go with. Lights, if I'm doing a bigger tank, I've always wanted to do those lights that like you kind of have it hanging from the ceiling down over it, so that it's sort of suspended. Because I love a good rimless, like clean look. Like it's just a portal to another little world, and nothing will take you like out of it. So, and then I want like one of those stands that like, I mean, you could probably build it. I am very thankful to have a very handy father. So when I was getting really into the hobby when I was back home, I'd be like, Dad, can you build me an aquarium stand, or can you build me this shelf? And then literally, like, then I have such a nice shelf to display the tanks back home. It's like a 2-tier wooden one, and it's like water resistant finish, and it's beautiful. He did all of that. He designed it, he shaped it, did everything, and it's wonderful. It's lovely, super solid, can handle tons of weight. So I would want like a tank stand that's like flush with the tank, because I love clean lines. Right. And everything would just be like perfectly hidden away. Or besides like a traditional tank, like I mentioned in the beginning of the live stream, the paludarium one.
Mhm.
I love out of water elements in aquariums, whether it just be like the hardscape coming out or like you have a paludarium with like mist and everything.
Mhm.
I think there was this aquascaper, I think it's Ikon. He's one of the employees at Aquarium Design Group. He and Jeff worked on this paludarium that they have on display right now, and it's really nice. I wouldn't. It's not too like large in terms of dimensions, but the colors they used, the mist and everything, it's just really beautiful. I would love to have something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what kind of stocking, fish wise?
Ooh. Mm, I kind of always wanted to have like a school of white cloud mountain minnows. I think that's the right order of saying it. But since they're like around 2 inches when fully grown, it would be best to have like a bigger tank to support like a big school of them. So that would be really nice because they're kind of playful too, and I love it when they swim, they kind of stop for a second and their fins like kind of puff up, really nice, and the color is really beautiful on them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome in, Kenny.
Say it one more time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah.
And Carl mentioned you rather have time and no money, or money and no time.
Well, right now I have no money and no time, which really sucks. But I'd probably pick to have time and no money. Being always busy is really draining for me. Some people, they find that really fulfilling to always have something to do, but sometimes I kind of wish I could just take it easy. I miss having time to really work on the aquariums and do maintenance and have it really clean. But it's just not something I can afford to do right now. So yeah, I would like some more free time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Okay. There's some questions that went back in the chat that I skipped over because they were not on the vibe check. But
Okay.
Let's go and answer them now. If you were stranded on a desert island and had to make the coolest aquascape setup, and you could only bring 3 tools, what they be and why?
Okay. You need some extended scissors, some tweezers, like the straight ones, like I got back there. Scissors, tweezers. Those are a little short for me, just because you just so I can finagle with it some more. And then 1, 2, and then 3. A silicone extruder. So I have well, I guess it's a deserted island, so I don't have silicone. But when I make a lot of my setups, I have to use silicone for the backing, and that's I really need that. But I guess true deserted island and working with what I got. Probably a glass scraper, one with the razor blades. It's such a pain cleaning algae off the glass, like without it. So those 3, that's all you really need. I mean, I see some people with like the really fancy, like angled, curved, and all this other stuff. It'd be nice, and it's probably better for your wrists in the long run, but you can manage without it.
Right. Trisha, do you have any advice for other people starting up the skates, especially in college?
Petco's not bad. They have, I mean, I guess the quality of the glass isn't like what's ideal in the aquascape world because it has that blue tint. But they have the Aqueon rimless tanks that'll go. They do like these 50% off sales like every few months, and so you can get like a good 5-gallon rimless tank for maybe $20, $25.
Yeah.
And then if you're like broke, try Wallstadt method, where you're using soil and then you cap it with like a inert substrate, and then that's really affordable because soil is literally cents. It's not too much. And then go to the park, get some plants from the park. If you have like a river or a pond around there, pennywort is pretty common in the south. and it does great in the aquarium, whether it be in water or above water. I literally use that in almost everything I do. So that's one that's really fun. But there are so many things you can just use in an aquascape that are just from your environment alone. Hardscape is usually something that can be really pricey for people. Wood, I prefer to specifically get aquascaping type wood because you get less issues with molding compared to like twigs you get from out in nature. But if you go to a beach and you do some beach combing, you can find some driftwood. That's what I did for my very first 20-gallon tank. So I had like this little cave-ish piece of wood and then a longer piece that extended. Those are from the same branch, and then me and my dad got a saw and we just cut it, and then we set it up after that. But we just found this log on the beach and it worked fine. And then for stones get really expensive by the pound. So I go to like a landscaping place, like for general landscaping, you get a big old rock for like no more than $10 usually. Just ask them questions about like, oh, I plan on using this for like my pond in my backyard. Can this will this leach any chemicals or like anything into the water? Because you want a stone that's inert. That way it's a little bit easier if you're a beginner. And then just throw that rock on the pavement and have it shatter into a bunch of million pieces. And then you can use those to aquascape with. And then lights are the hardware, hardscape, and the hardware are usually the most expensive things when you start. Unfortunately, you kind of have to bite the bullet on lights because I think having lights that work well for your setup kind of makes or breaks it. Because if you don't have lights that are sufficient, your plants aren't going to take off. You might get algae problems. So they have some cheapish brands on Amazon. Night Crew was one that I went with, and I still buy from them to this day as like grow lights. For a smaller tank, you could probably get a light for like $15, I think. And that's not bad at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome there, Vanoski.
I mean, some people, I guess most larger tanks, you have a filter on them, right? But I do most of my tanks like just standing water. So, I mean, if you're a beginner, just your classic hang off the back filter isn't much at all. So, I wouldn't know too much about filtration, though.
Hey, Carl. Does she have YouTube? Not yet, but
Not yet.
I think it's coming. What we heard tonight, she has a lot of wisdom that she doesn't even know she has. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. Anyways, what is your favorite bonding elements for your escapes?
Doing the maintenance. I think it is like sometimes it can be really annoying, but I mean it's a labor of love, and I think it makes you appreciate all the things that go into a tank, and that's why this hobby is so special because it takes so much work to do it. I think my 40-gallon tank that I have a few pictures of on my page, that was like my biggest labor of love because I tried Wallstad method on that because it was a 40-gallon, buying that much active substrate would be really expensive. So I was trying to think of the most affordable way to do it, and I got pool filter sand, just garden soil, but I tried to get some with like the least amount of added nutrients because I would just totally leach into my water. And then I got some just standard black aquarium gravel. I capped it and then I planted, but the first month was really bad. I had to do water changes every day, to help get that water established and get the cycle going.
Right.
But I had like a bacteria bloom for the first 2 weeks that literally created like an inch of like white muck at the bottom, and anything that was in there just died. It was really nasty. I think I have a video up of it. So dealing with that and figuring out how to like navigate it was really tricky, but it also taught me a lot, and it made me really appreciate the amount of work that it takes to create an aquascape that'll last you, because it's been over 2 years since I set it up and it's still going. It's beautiful. I love it.
All right. Okay. We asked you a lot of questions.
Yeah.
So do you have any questions for us, for me, or Skull?
Do you guys like keeping Cory catfish?
Oh yeah, I have some right there.
Yeah, I've seen People keep them before, but is it do they work in a planted scape? Because I think their behavior is cute, but since I see that they like kind of dig stuff up, would that be a problem?
They've never hurt any of my plants.
It's no.
They'll go around the bases though
Mhm.
Mm.
and root around, but they've never uprooted anything or tore anything
Okay.
out.
That's
Same
really
here. Yeah, I actually enjoy them. One of my favorite ones would be the panicoids.
Yeah, I've seen that
Okay.
before. Yeah. I guess another one would be, would y'all ever, like the standard first fish you ever get at the carnival being those like cheap feeder goldfish. Have
Uh-huh.
you ever kept one for a few years, and like how big has it gotten if you have?
I'll let
I
you answer first.
Oh,
So,
I actually haven't.
mm,
Um, well, first one was a koi as a rescue,
ah,
and I had it for 3 years, but then a bird got it.
mm-hmm.
It
Oh.
was 15 inches long
Mm-hmm.
when it disappeared. So
I see. Another one would be, what drove y'all to start making content about like aquascaping or aquarium keeping, the hobby in general?
oh, that's a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
What started me was I was using YouTube for my benefit. It was a way for me to document what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And even to this day, I'll be honest with you, I go back and watch my old content. Like, okay, that fish has changed a lot from the time I put him in there to the time he is now,
Mm-hmm.
Or I can look back and say, I'm always trying new things out, y'all. Anyway, a new experiment, I can look back, 5 years ago. That experiment that I tried back then, it was a success. Now I can share it with y'all that, hey, I've done it, I've experienced it. It's not something that I heard. Actually, I've actually experienced this.
Yeah.
So, and I enjoy sharing out with y'all what I do, but the reason it started was a way to document what I've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Saul?
Yeah.
The very few things I put on YouTube is just to show people some fish they've probably never seen.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome in, Eveto.
Another question would be, what would be your dream fish to own that you haven't owned, or maybe you have? Yeah.
Ooh, you haven't. Ooh.
If I could keep one, I would have a chana.
A what?
A chana.
How do you spell that?
Chana.
Oh.
But they're
Do they
illegal.
get big?
Yeah, they get a couple feet. But they're beautiful.
Yeah.
But they're very, very illegal around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're invasive, right?
Yeah.
What's that one fish that spits water out of the tank or spits out of the surface to hit a bug?
Oh, I've seen that before. Oh, the name.
Archer fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be now the one I'm looking for is the dwarf one that I keep in my aquariums.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fish that, hey, I know, hey, y'all thought it would be Photosas. Photosas still, I still enjoy them, but those would be my favorite. Too.
Yeah.
You could still have them.
I know. I just haven't.
Lower the water level. Put something floating on the top so you can put your crickets and stuff on there so they can shoot them off.
So, now the cat's out of the bag. I let it out. I'm sorry. But yeah. Hey, Surf City. Hey, Garcia. Welcome. Hey, I saw Eduardo. Have a good night.
Another question would be, what is your least favorite part of the hobby? If you have one.
The least favorite part of the hobby. Go ahead, Saul.
Anything dying.
Oh, that's true.
Especially if I can't explain it. If they're old, I get it, but
yeah,
you just walk in and you're like, "What the hell happened here?" That just drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Now this is not really the hobby, I guess, but how some people treat beginners in the hobby.
Really. I feel like I haven't gotten that experience because I've been blessed with a very warm welcome. But what have you kind of seen happen to people?
Basically, I mean, okay, it all stems back to the Facebook groups. Have you heard of them?
Kind of here and there. I don't use Facebook. So.
Yeah, that's good. Don't.
Stay away from that stuff.
Really?
It is very brutal.
Mm. Is it like fish elitist or something? Like the way people, their attitudes are?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
It's sad. But I feel scholar that fish that die and you don't know why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do y'all feel like there are a lot of young people in the hobby?
Not enough.
Not near enough.
Yeah.
Now, and since you mentioned that question, I'm gonna add to it.
Okay.
Do we feel that there's enough young people in the content creator world?
Can you say that? Oh, like content creating?
Yeah.
In this niche or in general?
Yeah. No, in this niche.
Definitely not. I mean, I feel like a lot of people find this hobby like a little bit later in life. So that's part of it, right? But it would be nice to see, because I kind of find out just by talking with people that they also keep aquariums, like people my age, like college. But
right.
I mean, you would never know unless you talk to them, or if you talked about like who else you watch. Like I was volunteering at a plant sale this morning, and I was talking about some terrariums with my friends, and we were talking about Serpa Design, that YouTuber. And then this person shopping for plants, they're like, "Oh yeah, I love that YouTube page," you know. And then we talk about it there. And he's probably one of the younger content creators I see for the space, and you know, he knows how to communicate with a younger audience, especially like kids too. So I think that's really great.
Yeah. Well, there's so many channels that do the garbage stuff, like I found all of these rare fish in this ditch.
Oh yeah, and it's probably fake, right?
Yeah,
and it's all fake.
Yeah.
I'm like, how does he have 1 million subscribers and it's just garbage?
Yeah,
all garbage.
Yeah.
Hey, SC Carahulas, welcome.
And the bad parts, there's more than one of them.
Yeah. So, any other questions for us?
Not at the top of my head.
Okay.
But maybe if I ever think about it, we could do a part 2.
Sure.
Yes, definitely. One quick question before we get out of here.
Okay.
How do you feel about Vibes Aquatics now?
Oh, I think that's great. I mean, I definitely was nervous first seeing your message inviting me to do this, because I've never done something like this before. And I also am aware that a lot of people in the hobby, you know, are a little bit older than me, and I'm definitely very much like a kid here. So I don't know if sometimes I feel like anything that I say, it's stuff people have already heard. So like, why would they want to listen to it from like some kid when they could hear it from, you know, one of the pros or some greats? So I really appreciate y'all having me on. It's been a great experience, and I'm really, 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 really grateful for it.
But you know what? Here's an encouragement. Sometimes it's easier for a younger person to accept or to go along with it when they hear someone their own age. Like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it, you know? It's not some elite. Best class fish.
I don't know. I thought that was funny.
I mean, if you see my background check, I saw that we had mutual followers, like Mr. Mike, because I trusted him, and I saw that y'all followed each other. That made me more inclined, and so on and so forth. But I mean, I think even if it were like just an itty bitty little thing, why not give it a shot too? Just try something a little bit out of my comfort zone, something different.
Yeah. We don't want to make it too late, so I think any quick questions we hit out. Okay, Shady Grady. Would you turn it on to watch just to learn something or enjoy the company, Trisha?
Like turn on to like watch the stream, or am I interpreting that wrong? I'm not sure.
Hey, Shady, how about you clarify a little more about that? I'm also not quite sure. Hey, welcome in, Ross. Hey, Ross, by the way, I forgot to mention. I think I messaged you, but I'm not sure. I've been so busy. Message me on Instagram, and we can, yeah. Thank you, Ross. You're awesome. All right. What's her channel? Gar, she does not have a channel yet, but I think it's in the making. She is famous on Instagram. So moderator, if you don't mind dropping the link for her. Okay. I think we'll head out of here. Okay. But before we do, Skull, what you guys say to the fish fam, the fish community?
Same as always. Love your family. Keep them close to you, including your friends, even your YouTube friends. Keep them close. Take care of them.
Thank you. How about you, Trish? To the community, to the Vibe fam, to those watching?
If you're not already in the hobby, don't be afraid to start. I think it is something that adds so much value to your life, and it's just, I think all the people in here can be really wonderful. And if you ever have questions, don't ever be afraid to just send a message to like any of those influencers, you know, that you see like doing some of this stuff. They are some of the most kind, humble people that you will ever talk to. So yeah.
Talking about me, Vibes, not you.
How do you always say me? Right, I feel it. But yeah, thanks again, Trish, for coming on. It was a great live stream. You did a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you.
And Trish, you mind staying on? We got some stuff to talk about backstage, so after the live stream. But anyway, if you make this far in the replay crew, y'all, you guys rock. Hey, while you're at it, if you can see the link in the chat, go double check you're following her on Instagram. Give her some love. And until next time, love your friends, love your family. Good vibes. And before we head out, I did see something.
Mr. Garcia, $2 super sticker.
Thank you, Gar. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. Appreciate it. Anyways, back to the leaving it, y'all. Good vibes only. Until later, peace out, y'all. Bye. All right. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this. I enjoyed it. Until next